on your face. So I'll go to you first.
10 years, we're going up on 10 years, and Nolan said 1, and I could go on and on and on. When you said that, the first person that popped in my head was Tanya Mays.
Oh my God.
I began working with this woman a year ago who's a doctor. She's a very busy doctor who could only, and we did a one session, and she could, due to her schedule, could only make one session a week work. And she goes, am I gonna see any results? And I was like, I guarantee you, if you commit to seeing me once a week, we will have results. And it wasn't about, I wanna be able to deadlift this or that. It was, I wanna fit into this dress. I wanna feel good. And I remember, it was maybe 3 or 4 months into working together consistently, one time every Saturday. And working with her is just a total joy. So I hope she sees this and knows how much I love and admire her. And she came in and she achieved this thing of she was able to fit into her dress and just conquering her goal. And this is so small. Like this doesn't, this goal was her just committing to this one time a week and overcoming the doubt of, is one a week enough? And committing to that, this woman who doesn't get enough sleep and works and is such a giver. I just think of who she is when she shows up here, and I smile because you guys know.
Yeah.
I wish
Help me,
people.
Jesus.
I wish, she calls to the Lord. I wish people could see it, but she's amazing. And this doesn't take away from all the people that I've coached in group too. And that's why I want to cut myself off, because I could just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But the ability to change people's lives is, to me, the greatest gift. And I could, and maybe we'll write a book someday on all these people, but I'll keep that to my one.
So with me, I work with a woman who, in her past, has had a traumatic brain injury, and she's been in bed rest for God knows how long, and in a rollator, one of those rolling wheelchairs that you can walk behind. And when she came in and I first met her for the first time, she was in that. And today, she deadlifted 70 pounds with ease for 3 sets of 12 reps, which is just insane to see. The fact that she's out of her wheelchair now, she can walk throughout the gym just as fast as I can. She was on the ski machine holding as many calories as anybody else in the gym would. It's just amazing to see the fact that she started off in the wheelchair and now she's just so much more capable than she was when she started here, and it's amazing.
I have 2 that I can think of. One is Colleen. I remember when we moved inside, and there was a lot of fear around working out in a mask and the challenge that brought to all of us. Colleen is a volunteer firefighter, and she was wearing, she was here. She works out about 3 to 4 times a week. Wearing the mask was a big challenge, and she had shared a story that she was at a call, and she ran up and down this hill, bringing I forgot what it was, bringing water to the people.
Volunteer firefighter.
Yep, and her oxygen mask broke, and she was able to keep the capacity of these grown men, these big men that had the oxygen, and she was so excited that she was able to keep up, and she was running up and down the hill. I could hear Sean, Nolan, saying, "You got this, Colleen, you got this." Yeah. And then recently, I work with our Mags, and Maggie just went through a procedure, and she told me that after the procedure, there was an incision that they were very fearful was going to open, so they told her to lay perfectly still for her recovery. And she told me that she laid perfectly still with her hands to the side, just turning her head, looking at the clock in 15-minute increments. She was like, I can do this. And she kept saying again, she heard all of our voices in her head, 15 minutes for 5 hours. 5 hours she laid still in her recovery in the bed. Nobody came to check on her, but 5 hours of this, looking at the clock and in 15-minute increments saying, I've been through worse, I can do this, I can do this. And that was when she shared, I was like, Max!
That is some mental toughness. I'll share the group story. So I think we all believe that fitness can prolong your life. It's gonna enhance your life. We're probably gonna add some years to that. I'm very lucky to coach a class 3 days a week, 8:15 in the morning for an hour, where I have a group of varies from like, depending on there's some snowbirds in there, from like 10 to like 16 people who are in that class, and they range from like 55 to like 75, and no matter what I'm having them do, how long they're doing it, they show up 3 days a week and they're like, we're getting after this, we're gonna do this to better their lives. Recently, a woman came off an inhaler where her doctor was like, you'll probably have this for the rest of your days. This is not a thing you're gonna get rid of. She ditched it. We've, got rid of knee pain, back pain. Her father, who's, how old is your dad, 80 something?
85.
Yeah, 85, like just adding, like vitality and energy, but like, when did he walk like 2 miles to go get car keys? Like just like without a doubt, like walked 2 miles on the side of the road in Kingston, right? So just, seeing like that group of people where, they're, like again, like a little bit, oh, there's Mags. Can I get the door?
Yeah.
Where, it might be a little more fearful to start exercise, but these people commit, and like we can just see like, the things they're gaining from doing these things, through fitness.
Yeah, there's one other person I want to give a shout out to. Maggie, we just gave you a shout out on our YouTube. Yeah, you have to check it
You don't
out.
have to whisper.
You have to check it out. Maggie's in here now. Is
5 hours? You can tell the story later. I'll ask you about it later.
Is Astrid. Astrid to me is a model of consistency, who's our longest reigning member, 10 years, and it would be a discredit to not mention her here. Everyone wants to look and to feel good, and I know she's had adversity across her 10 years, and I know that consistency here has helped her overcome a lot of that adversity. And also, to turn a bright light to it, is like she runs a very well-known cafe in Warren Street in Hudson, and gets complimented all the time on how great she looks, and she eats well, of course, and she's a model for consistency. Everyone wants to feel good in their skin and to receive that, hey, you look great, and she just reminds me of someone who, when consistent, you can achieve those things. And I know we didn't cover this, guys, but there's the bigger things of like everyone's carrying weight that we know nothing about, and we save people from suicide, from like Nolan mentioned, like people in pain, getting them out of pain. All of this stuff combined is just so meaningful to us, and it's why we jump out of bed and are eager to get up and coach a class at 6:30 in the morning, or meet someone and help change their lives. So, Gail, if someone is looking to get a coach, how do they go about that?
Yeah, so the first place that we meet everybody with everything is a conversation, and we implemented this a couple of years ago, and we've found that it's the best way to introduce us to somebody, and somebody to introduce to what we have here. So it would be signing up for the consultation, and through that what we do is we kind of peel back the layers. We get beyond the surface of why someone is really coming in, because again, it's sure, it's I want to lose 15 pounds, I want to fit into my wedding dress, I want to look good, feel good, I want to get healthy again, but there are some other things that we want to know about you. We want to know what drives you, we want to know what struggles you have, and with that we can develop this plan that's best rooted for an individual to have them be the most successful. And we've seen that time and time again be the most, just the best way to introduce somebody into a fitness journey, whether they have 10 years of fitness or whether they have absolutely no experience at all. So that would be the first way, and we can do that through our link that we have in some places, our website, our Instagram, our Facebook, and then signing up there, finding a time, and just meeting with one of us for 20 to 30 minutes so we can get to know you.
You get to meet this pretty lovely lady Gail and these three handsome amigos.